Welcome to The Fault Vault. We have two brothers breaking down their business mistakes.
Hello everyone, Jay here, and today on The Fault Vault, I'll be talking about building marketing relationships with other local businesses.
And I'm Jared, and I'll be talking about how the protection your brain gives you after repeated failure or trauma can really get in the way of living.
We'll see you in the episode.
Not nearly the most expensive one that I've lived in, so
It's amazing. Sometimes I'll realize that I'm being very productive and I'm doing the things that I was dreading or whatever, and it's... Hello everyone, welcome back to The Fault Vault, two brothers breaking down their business mistakes. I'm Jay. I operate Bradfield Express Cabinets here in North Philadelphia, and as always, we're here with my brother, Jared, and he owns Worldwide English Services, serving business, educational, and government agencies. I was having a hard time with that, with their English needs. Jared, brother, we haven't been talking as much. We haven't. We've been busy running around. You've been in, or you were in, goodness, sorry. We skipped last week. Can we say that? We skipped last week, so we're doing, I'm not in podcast last week. Yeah. You were in Istanbul. For one, how was that? And then I think you're back now, right?
yeah. Istanbul was cold and wet, as is, I think, par for the course this time of year. You and I were there for the first time roughly around now. We're in January, and this is January, obviously, when we're recording. Well, I think we'll post this later. But yes, it was cold and wet when you and I were there. It was cold and wet this time, but I was there to see a friend, and that was the important thing. I got to enjoy my favorite dinner, which is grilled lamb and grains and a salad. And it's like $8, and it's fantastic and fills you up. And the grilled lamb is to die for. As a Greek person, I shouldn't be saying that. I'm actually even exploring getting Greek citizenship. So I think, as far as I know, legally, if I were to get Greek citizenship, I would have to develop an allergy to Turkish food. But we'll see about that. I have to do some reading. I'm not sure yet.
Well, I mean, yes, you might have to adopt a small amount of prejudice, just a little bit of prejudice, and wouldn't be able to be as open-minded if you were to get that.
But your guys say this isn't actually Turkish. This is Greek. This is we came up with this.
We might have some. I didn't hear quite the end of it, but you were saying that you have to say that it's not from Turkey. It's from, the food is actually from Greece, which we've heard a million times from our Greek friends and stuff, and I think the Turks do it too. We might have some internet issues today, so we'll just cut that out. That's why this is edited and not live. That's perfectly fine. So you're back though in Saudi Arabia, correct?
Saudi Arabia, yes, back in Riyadh.
Nice.
And I'm finally in an apartment that I like being in for the very first time in my many trips to Saudi. This is like actually a really nice apartment, and it's not nearly the most expensive one that I've lived in, so I'm very happy with it.
Wow. That's a great combination.
Good life. Yeah. How about you? What's so new and over in your life?
Oh, well, I just did the math real quick before we started. It is almost 13 degrees inside of my warehouse. The heating unit has broken. And so that is why you see me quite bundled up today. Yes. So that's gonna be fun. I'm not sure what that is a very expensive part, and I don't know when they're gonna get the part and whatever. I'm not sure. Thankfully, it's slightly warmer today. It's in the 40s, I believe, outside. But yeah, yesterday I was in here and it was about 10 or 11 degrees, I think, inside. It was just crazy, which is 55 degrees. Yeah, about 55 degrees. Yesterday was 51 in Fahrenheit. So anyway, that has been distracting. Yeah, it's. I've been doing more work at home, and I've been considering going to Panera or something like that to get stuff done, because it's not very conducive to whatever when your fingers are freezing and get 18 layers. I might just keep pausing to do.
Do you have any cabinets out there that like were broken or that you're gonna throw away or anything that you can just light them up right in the middle of the warehouse? Maybe cut a hole in the ceiling. Let out the smoke.
That's a terrible idea. I've never heard such a terrible idea. That is awful. I don't know. No, I could. I have plastic too, Jerry. Should I wrap myself in plastic? Is that? No, I just stopped.
I don't know how that followed from my idea, but
I'm just saying to get me warm. It would be better. It would be easier it'd be less lighting a fire inside. No, and also I don't really like that you're thinking about burning my cabinets. Okay, my cabinets are quite nice, and they do not get burned at all ever, so it's okay. I don't know why I'm holding, like, waving my anyway,
You could try
um,
that. Like, you could try to light the fire and it doesn't work, and you try it again, and it's like, "Oh,
moving on.
fire brewer here."
That's why I'm worried about the marketing aspirations, plans, direction for, Worldwide English Services, that's all. I'm gonna start today. I'm in control, and so I'm gonna start today. I have a small one today. Uh, over the weekend, I went over I have a local sushi place, and I really like their sushi. I always get one roll. It's called the hot girl roll because I'm a hot girl, and it's very delicious. And I went in there, and there were some business cards and something else. There was a couple of knickknacks and things for other unrelated businesses that were on the desk there. And ever since then, 2 days ago or 3 days ago, I've just been thinking about how I could, use other connect with other businesses and market with them. We do hear you clicking, Jared. It's okay. We hear you clicking. Um,
So stop clicking. Usually, it shows the time, and I keep track of how long this has been, but it's gone. I have no
that's
idea where
important.
the time is. So I was trying to bring it
And you're a
up, and
fantastic
failed.
listener, so
I'm done.
it's okay. No, it's fine. I'm just being annoying. And so I just been thinking about how, like, just the different ways of connecting with businesses and using other businesses to mutually market in a way that is effective. And so I haven't really come up with something that I love at this point. I don't really like. I like to do things in a slightly different way. So I don't, and I want to provide value to the business. I don't know if that would be monetary, offer them a piece of something, or write on the business card a certain code or something like that, so that when the people come over, not code, but like the name or whatever, so people come over, I give them, I don't know, 5% or something like that. These are bigger jobs, so that's a decent amount of money. So I don't know,
Yeah.
something like that. I haven't figured that out, but I think I should have done that earlier. It's just one of the many things, ways of connecting with other businesses, and I'd be, yeah. I remember Gary Vee back in the early days talking about how he would, I don't remember the specifics, but he would do like a little wine display in completely unrelated, like car dealership, completely unrelated. It wasn't like a grocery store, but I remember it being just a different local business. Yeah, that's the one. I think it's more of an idea rather than mistake. It's just a mistake of omission. I just haven't done anything like that. And so I think I should do that more.
Do
Yeah.
you have the
I
first
mean, obviously,
target that you think would work
no,
for that?
no, I don't. No, I don't. And I need to do more with just ones in my own industry as well. Work on attracting and bringing attention, building relationships other with contractors and builders and flippers and things like that more so than I have. And I have those relationships, but I want to get new ones. Uh, and so, or additional ones. But no, I don't really necessarily, I haven't really landed on something, but it's just something it's just been on my mind. So it's not a strong mistake or anything, but that's what's been on my mind. And I think that would be something that would be helpful for me in the future. So yeah, I don't know if that would work for Wes. I'm trying to think because it's such a online
Um,
and bigger clients and things like that. I'm not sure how the value proposition would work for the other business and everything, but I think it's
it could.
easier for a
And
brick
we've
and mortar place
explored
than
that.
my own.
Yeah, we've explored that before. But I'm
Oh,
wondering, as I'm listening to you talking about that, what do you think about the solution there? So what you're saying is you want to do more, you want to start doing it basically. But what about
yeah.
some like a concrete plan? Do you have like this month I want to write down the three industries that I want to focus on and find five clients, five partners in each of them? Or is it I want to have my first partner by the end of this month? Or what is like a concrete goal that you might have for that?
Yeah, I don't have one right now. I could set one right now of just connected with one local. That's the whole thing, would be a local, somewhat unrelated business in the area. I guess I haven't thought of how yet, but maybe that would be easier if I identified and had a specific business in mind, whether it's the pizza place or whatever. And yeah. And I don't know if it will, yeah, it's something I need to be thinking about, and well, I will be thinking about, I just haven't yet or arrived on a solution for that. But yeah, I think we have enough
So
time on the year
speaking of
left. I
that,
just set that goal.
Mhm. Well, for next year, and yeah, I was gonna say, no, it's okay. It has helped me in the past to just start talking to people. So if a pizza place is what you're thinking of, to just go
Yeah.
walk in and like, hey, can I talk with your manager?
Yeah.
Oftentimes when you're doing something out of the box like that, people are willing to hear you out at least because they haven't heard
Yeah.
somebody walk in the door and say, hi, instead of, can I get a pepperoni? They're asking,
Yeah.
do you want to help me sell kitchens? Or
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
sell your pizzas in my kitchens. And
Yeah.
so it's intriguing. And once you have those conversations, often it doesn't work. Sometimes it's because people don't have the imagination, quite
Yeah.
frankly, and they think, oh, if you're not out there helping me, what's the word? Flog mozzarella to is it flog to go out and promote
I've
it?
never heard this.
It's
I have
supposed to
never
that,
heard that.
but that's not it. Or if you're going out to help me promote my pepperoni, then great. But if you're not, then
Yeah.
louse and what are we even doing? Other ones will have the imagination, but it won't work out. And then there'll be one or two where you can find some synergy and make it happen. So it's just a matter, in my experience, it's a matter of just having those conversations with people even before you're ready
Yes.
for them.
Yes. And now I'm thinking about it more now, and this is an idea I had for connecting with people in my own industry is making videos, featuring them and going out to their workplaces and or their job sites and doing like a little feature on them as a way of having content and promoting other these businesses, and they could possibly share them on their pages because people are so dormant, like I am on mine, but I plan to change that very soon. And so the people would be able to another way of connecting, and I could do that actually, and basically do I could do that virtually then, but instead of leaving business cards and having a plaque and having whatever it is in a physical thing in there, just have a vanity sitting in their, uh, in their lobby. No, but instead of doing something physical like that, it could be more I could do some sort of relationship where I'm partnering with them and I buy a bunch of pizzas for that's actually interesting. I could do like for the holidays, I've had this idea. I wish I had a bigger following right now because what I would do is I would say, tag your favorite, contractor or builder or whatever it is. Builder probably wouldn't work because it's not as many of them, but tag your favorite contractor and I'll send them a pizza from this pizza shop. We're working together. We're doing a thing. And I actually buy them maybe at a slight discount or whatever. And so
Yeah.
maybe that's something that they would share on their page or whatever. Hmm.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
We need to end the episode. Let's end we don't have time for yours. I need to do some thinking and planning. So we'll be back next week.
That's good. Another
I should do it virtually. I should go in and talk to them, but do as far as the execution could be something virtual. I think that'd be easier and a little bit more modern. Anyway, that's what I've been thinking about. That's fun. Cool. Okay, let's keep it moving. We don't want to get too long. What has been on your mind? You've been traveling, you've been running around. You've had I don't even know what's going on. I haven't heard the update in probably a week as far as Wes. Give us an update if you'd like, if there's pertinent things. But what's been on your mind?
Well, the big win lately is that I figured out where it shows the time for the episode, so we're all good there.
Oh boy,
So
setting the bar
it
low.
was in vain. Now I have that piece of my brain is happy again.
Good.
Um, so always, we might have even talked about this. Always when I come back to Saudi, I get depressed. And the reason for that is because I've come here a lot, and whenever I come here, I put myself under a lot of pressure. Because I come, it's expensive, and I need to find clients to justify the expense. And the second part of that is that I've had a lot of failures here. Some were my fault that I, for reasons that we've talked about here on the podcast and will continue to explore on the podcast, and others for reasons outside my control. The first and the really big one being I came here and I had two big clients. An accounting firm, an international accounting firm, and an international hotel chain. Both of them agreed; they're ready to go, and we were on the contract signing stage when COVID hit, and both of them canceled. So I think what is happening is my brain is trying to protect me or itself, and it's saying, when you go to Saudi, bad things happen. You go there, you spend a lot of money, and either you screw it up or it gets screwed up for you. But either way, it doesn't work. And so that is a tough cocktail. And so what I've been trying to do the last few times that I've come, because it literally happens every single time I come here. After I've been here a few days at least, I settle in and it's more just into the regular swing of things. But what I've really, really been working on is two things. Number one is focusing on the game instead of the win. So the process instead of the result. So focusing on just continuing to do the work and getting better at doing the work, which is exactly what we're trying to do here, instead of considering myself a failure unless I'm a success. And since I don't have those big contracts signed yet, I think there are a couple that will happen in January. We're close on them. But since those haven't happened yet, I have a tendency to think of myself as a failure. So either it's a complete success or it's a complete failure. There's nothing really in the middle. So the first thing is to focus on the process and the game rather than making it a black and white on and off switch. I'm rich or I'm a failure. I'm have a big successful business or I'm a failure. I have 1,000 clients or I'm a failure, etc. And that's the first thing, because that puts taking a lot of pressure off me. The second thing is that I'm trying to do something that you do. I think you've talked about this, which is to work through options, work through things that I could do. So for example, if we go into next year and I have wasted a bunch of money here on an expensive apartment, because all apartments here are expensive, and food and travel and visiting clients, etc., the worst thing that will happen is that I can cut expenses all the way down for the company, down to below what we're making, and then everything will be fine. So there is no disaster. I'm not in danger of living under a bridge, anything like that. The lowest level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs is covered, and so I'm trying to remind my brain of that. So what I'm taking this two-staged approach of trying to remind myself that it's okay. I'm just continuing to build, continuing to follow the process, and the results will come when they come. And number two is uh, reminding myself that things aren't critical, that it's okay. I'm not in any danger. I have time. Even if everything is the worst result possible, everything completely fails, I'm still okay. So it is with each successive time that I come back to Saudi, and I think this is probably true of anybody who is dealing with some type of trauma. I think when your brain protects you from going into a situation, once you failed a bunch of times, and especially I think it's true when things outside your control happen, like the pandemic or something like that. What you feel like doesn't even matter. If I did the best job possible, still lost, still didn't do anything. Then your brain protects you from that, self-sabotages, etc. So anybody in that situation, I'm sure, can understand. So it has gotten better for me with practice, but it's still like I still, this morning I woke up and I felt all the tightness, like, oh man, I'm here, I gotta go. All right, gotta get the clients. All right, I have to find 10 clients today. All right. And it didn't last as long as it usually did because I walked myself through it. So I'm getting better, but it's still tricky. So that's what's been on my mind because I'm just getting back here. And that's always what's on my mind when I
Yeah.
get back here.
I don't even know if I have any questions for you. I'm just processing. It makes perfect sense. There is a lot of pressure, and both of those things that you said. Your solutions to it were reducing the bar. They were
Yeah.
calming you down. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting that's the way. It's interesting. The more pressure does not necessarily mean that we are more productive or that we are more
Oh
successful.
yeah, for sure. And that we'll have to dig into at some other point. And I really want to dig into it myself because I think we feel, and I think there are a few of these points from the way we were raised where we have to put pressure on ourselves or what we think is, or the way that our brain works by default, is that we have to put pressure on ourselves, otherwise we won't do anything. So we
Yeah.
have that suspicion. And the second thing is that if we make a mistake, we have to punish ourselves. Otherwise, we'll make the
Yeah.
mistake again. And so those are two things that I've thought about a lot that we should dig into at some point. And I don't think that either one of those,
It's not true.
I'm sure there's some truth to it, but I don't think those are really accurate.
Yes. Yeah, at least not the type of pressure. Well, I'm thinking about the first one. At least not the type of pressure that we normally, not that type of pressure that you're talking about. For example, when you get to Saudi, it's like I don't know what. It's amazing. Sometimes I'll realize that I'm being very productive and I'm doing the things that I was dreading or whatever. And I was like, wait, I didn't like force myself to do this. There was another. It just kind of like eased in, and I just kind of. Maybe I did something small that was like, got a little dopamine, then did something a little bit bigger, then did something a little bigger, something like that. Or I had a phone call that shook me up in a good way, got me out of my head. And so I just started like doing stuff because I was like, let me just do this. I'm like, wait a minute, this is, so it doesn't, yeah, definitely less pressure. It's not that serious. Just do it, but doing one thing after the other is yeah, and the focus comes back. I feel that today. I have a couple of things pulling me in different directions, and I was like, I just need to bring it down to what's right in front of me. I just bring it down. Just keep moving. I know that with weird things, just do the next thing. We're okay. Um,
Yeah.
Amazing how much those things affect us.
Yeah, it would be interesting to study that, because even as we're talking, I'm thinking of some different things. Like I'm sure putting that pressure puts you into fight or flight mode, and when you're in
Yes.
fight or flight mode, like you're not as smart. You're literally not as smart.
Yeah.
Chris Voss talks about this, because it's a different part of your brain is working. It's on completely on instinct. It's just kind of survival mode. And
Yeah.
when you're not under pressure, um, you don't have
Don't have
that
yeah.
danger signal going on in your brain, and so you're smarter. You're literally smarter. I think there are
And we're not
things to talk about. Mhm.
no, for sure, and I don't think we're as exhausted either. I don't at the end of the day, it takes energy. When we feel the pressure, we don't
Yep.
do anything with it necessarily. We're just spinning our wheels. It just takes
Yep.
more effort, so we actually exhaust ourselves, rather than, a lot of things to think about today. Goodness gracious. Let's keep it when we had some let's wrap it up there, I think.
Sure.
And we do have a sponsor for today.
Good.
Let me just pull it up here. Well, honestly, they approached us because ah, we have a lot of high-powered business owners here, like ourselves, like you and me, Jared, and you and me, and you and me, and we were approached by a security company. This is Waluigi Security. This is I was just going to read the copy here. They say, sleep peacefully knowing that Waluigi Security is on the job. Call 1-800-KING-BOO to get started. Waluigi Security, protecting you since late 2024. So I don't know if we're allowed to make jokes about
This podcast is edgy. We
it. Is edgy anyway. I found myself Googling what is who Luigi's arch nemesis was on the on in the Mario universe, and that's where I don't even know the character King Boo, but he apparently is, and then also the brother, whatever. But anyway, thank you very much to Waluigi Security for sponsoring this episode. So stay safe, and be careful out there in 2020, 2025. All right.
Cool.